Good welcome, citizens. Battle Grid Response has reported that a GDI battalion rolled into an undefended mutant camp today, killing all but a few of the long-suffering forgotten who lived there. While their diplomats talk of finding a peaceful solution, it appears GDI's appetite for the blood of innocents continues to grow. The Brotherhood asks all citizens to join them, receive divination, and fight the great oppressor.
GDI takes no responsibility for the attack that occurred earlier today. We consider the Forgotten to be our allies, and they must trust us when we say this was a Brotherhood trick.
Never say trust us to a mutant.
The more GDI denies, the guiltier they look.
The Tacitus is back in our hands. The mutants are convinced GDI is responsible for the attack. Good. But I am disturbed. Interrogation reveals GDI may have a serum to reverse the effect of Tiberium divination.
Impossible.
If it is true, it could compromise the great plan. It must be located and destroyed. Nothing must interfere with the technology of peace.
Nothing will.
The mutants believe we are an ally now. Use them.
Use the Cyborg Commando and his team to locate the biotoxin tanker trucks. Both trucks must reach the convoy point here if they are to arrive in time to aid you in your assault against the research facility. GDI patrols are known to be in the area.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play CNC Tiberian. Now this time around I'm joined by a very old special friend of mine, the Cyborg Commando. Oh, also there's this other guy.
Hello, Aces High again.
Yeah, this is...
Hey, remember that time I talked about that unit when I wasn't supposed to?
Yeah, this is the mission we finally get to play around with the Cyborg Commando. Now, we get these other units, but really, we only need an engineer to cross the bridge, to repair a bridge over the river. Beyond that, these guys are all just completely useless.
The only thing you really get is you have the attack cycle, or you have mobility now. So if you really need the scout, you know, you got them there. But shit, you don't need them for anything else.
Yeah, the Cyborg Commando. He's basically Ghost Stalker on steroids. He has heavy armor class, he has more health than a Titan, he has a plasma cannon that just wrecks everything.
Man, that thing is scary. I mean, this guy is essentially supposed to be the mammoth for Nod, isn't he?
Yeah, just like a mix between Ghost Stalker and the mammoth.
Yeah.
Like, he's an infantry unit, but he also has like vehicle armor. Like I said, he has heavy armor, and that's the same armor class that Titans and the Mammoth and everything have. He, like all cyborgs, he also has the whole heal and Tiberium thing, and the thing where his legs get blown off, which is kind of annoying actually, because when he gets his legs blown off, he becomes really, really slow. Even though he's already slow as fuck, which is
people thought that, you know, regular cyborgs were slow when they lost their legs. Oh boy.
The problem with that is that if he survives getting his legs blown off, you cannot rebuild him until he dies from something else. So you can run
into... It's a lot easier to just mercy kill him at that point.
Yeah.
Except on this mission. That would be not a very smart idea.
Yeah, but on this mission there's just no chance he'll get to that state anyway, like, not unless you like completely zone out.
Are there no vehicles on this map?
There are, but nothing that could really threaten the Cyborg Commando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these Tiberian fiends are just a joke.
I don't remember which are worse, the Viceroids or the Fiends. They're both annoying.
The Fiends do a ton of damage, whereas the Visceroids take a ton of damage.
Right. And the Viceroids, if you just don't notice them, all of a sudden, hey, half your base is gone, and you hear that sound all the time.
It's always funny when you hear it like from a fog of war, and you just know that the enemy base is getting torn apart by them.
It's about as it's just as fun as vein holes. At least with vein holes, you don't hear anything, so you just go and make that huge army, and then it's like, oh, well, there's a vein hole here.
Yeah,
Guess, that was a waste of time.
That happened in one of the GDI missions.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fond memories of just going, well, make sure that they don't take over my base while I wait for their base to get destroyed.
Yeah, also a scripted event. A bunch of assholes on the other side of a bridge just blow it up as soon as you try to walk over it.
Well, since you have the attack cycles, you can beat them, can't you? Like, you can still get over there before they blow it.
But 3 attack cycles against 3 disc throwers.
Yeah, that's true. They're kind of they're dead in the water.
Yeah. But anyway, the Cyborg Commando is really cool because he just walks through a fire like a badass. Like it's an action movie. Yeah, that's an important thing to note, or like, not an important, but a handy thing to note is that since he has vehicle class armor, he is completely immune to fire.
Biotoxin tanker.
Right. I never really noticed that, but hell, I have memories of always, just having my units go through fire anyways.
Yeah, so this is actually a new thing, this civilian hospital. Basically, you send an infantry unit in there, it comes out healed, but it uses up a charge of a hospital, and it only has like drugs for like enough drugs to treat like 5 guys.
Well, that's not very useful.
It lets us top off our Cyborg Commando without having to wait for him to heal in Tiberian. Like, that's the downside to having a shit ton of hit points, it takes a long time to regenerate.
That's true. How many hit points does the Commando have? 500. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, more than the Titan has 400. And for reference, Mammoth Mark II has 800.
Right, I knew that the Mammoth was beefy.
Yeah, so anyway, Cyborg Commando, literally a walking tank.
Yep. Oh, there's some of those units we were talking about.
Yeah, Titans can mess him up pretty good if he doesn't have support, but
hey, it looked like he did just fine against one.
yeah, like he barely doesn't do enough damage to take the Titan out in 2 shots, which is really disappointing to me.
Wow. The Hover MRLS is just nothing. What, they've got light armor, you said, right?
Yeah, light armor. Yeah, like, pretty much everything that isn't like a Titan or tougher than a Titan will just die in 1 or 2 shots from a Cyborg Commando.
Oh, that's great.
The informant must make contact with the mutants south of the GDI base. Use the mutants to protect the informant and to eliminate GDI patrols. Reinforcements will arrive after you have secured the railway tunnel here. Use them to locate and destroy the research facility. The mutants, of course, are expendable. Establishing.
And here we go again with the next mission. So this time around we start out with this guy. He's called a Not Spy, and I'm pretty sure this is the only time we will ever see him in the game.
but he still has a gun.
It looks like, from the sprite, it looks like he's dual wielding.
Which one? Your veteran guy or the other guy that you just got?
They're both the same sprite. Like, one is just a palette swap. Also, kind of weird how killing this one guy somehow impressed these, like, what, 20 people? Who are all armed with guns and rocket launchers.
Hey, you know, man, they were just waiting for the apocalypse to happen.
Yeah, so anyway, we don't actually get to control any of these guys. We have to attack another unit. Otherwise, they just don't do anything. Like, even if the other unit attacks you.
Right. I'm remembering now how this works. Ugh.
Yes, sir. No problem. No problem. Sir, yes, sir. Good as done.
That was kind of a slow start for a mission.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, the mutant mechanic, like the mutant gimmick for this mission is just... it just doesn't really work that well.
You know, use them to your advantage. Okay. They're, you know, not the greatest AI.
Yeah, not the greatest AI, not the greatest units either. Like, these guys just die, like... I don't even know.
Oh, well, at least you've got the rocket troops for vehicles. Makes it a little bit more bearable.
Yeah, fun thing about those aren't actually mutant units, those are just regular rocket infantry, like you can build in the Hand of Nod. So if they run through Tiberian, they'll die.
Yep, I have memories of doing that. I was like, oh, well, they're mutants, aren't they? Oh, no, apparently not, because they just, you know, turned into a Viceroid.
Yeah. So, this part of the mission is thankfully pretty short. Like, as soon as we take out a couple units on this side, like this Titan, so yeah, this Titan and Disc Thrower, be pretty much good to go.
Yeah. Ouch! He's doing a number on your spy.
Yeah, I actually swiveled back to heal himself with the Tiberium of the Fallen.
Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Oh, missile silos.
Yeah, that missile solo is only there if you complete the previous mission. Like the optional mission. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like I didn't test it, but I kind of remember something along the lines, and I mean, it wouldn't really make sense if
it
if
does
it did,
make
since
it does make sense.
Well, I mean, from a gameplay perspective, for reasons that will become apparent.
Sir, orders received.
I mean, I don't know because I've never actually done any of the missions that they. I've always done the side missions if they're an option.
Waiting order. Sir.
Mainly because I think I just kind of learned from the Rescue Trados mission from GDI, where if you try to just straight up rescue Trados without going through and taking out the arrays, that makes that mission really hard.
Yeah, but I think it depends on the mission. Like the mission where you have to capture Vega's pyramid, it's basically completely worthless to do the optional mission.
Yeah. Oh, it shuts down the laser fences for what, like 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes, which is about the time it takes you to build up sufficient attack force.
New
Do
construction.
you still have to capture the silo?
Well, I held off on it on purpose.
Oh, right, because it's a power hog.
Yeah. Anyway, for right now our situation is actually, well, I don't really want to say, uncomfortable, because, well, the AI isn't very, good at attacking you. Anyway, if we go up there, we eventually reach a trigger point that will, make it so mutants will spawn from the edge of the map and they will attack the 2 GDI bases in the region.
Oh, I didn't actually know about that one. Like, I knew that periodically you'll keep getting them down in the lower corner, but I didn't realize that there was another place.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah. Anyway, so as soon as we capture the missile silo, these 2 trucks that we rescued in a previous mission appear and they will proceed to unload it. Also, advanced power plant. Instead of upgrading our power plants, we just get power plants that are better than our standard ones.
Yep.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah, another reason why it seems like some of the ideas that they had for GDI are, they sound cool in concept, but then in execution they just don't work.
Yeah. By the way, another new thing, mobile repair vehicle. Basically like a medic, but for vehicles, and therefore so much better.
Yep.
But yeah,
because they're mobile.
Yeah, and they also repair them for free, unlike the service pack. Yeah, so regarding the upgrade system, as I recall, that's one of those things that they had big plans for, but then they just didn't have the time to implement them, so they kind of left it half finished.
Well, I wonder if that falls more in with something I heard that it was EA that pushed Tiberian Sun out sooner than I guess it was ready for. But then again, I think there's 2 sides to that story. Everyone always tells me, well, sure, I guess Tiberian Sun could have been better if they had more time, but EA or Westwood is known for taking way too goddamn long to make a finished product.
Yeah, I recall it always, I always recall people complaining that EA fucked up the balance by rushing it.
Mm-hmm. And then, I'd heard the reverse side was that EA was just kind of going, you've been working on this for, 3 years, and it was supposed to be out, at this time, just finish the stupid game already.
Anyway, for escorting those trucks full of biotoxin, we somehow get a cluster missile. Which is...
That's a good trade-off.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because biotoxin, you'd think they give you a chemical missile, but instead they give you a cluster missile.
Insufficient funds.
Also,
well, we gotta save something for the later missions.
Also, another new unit, the Harpy. This is like the most game-breakingly powerful unit in the entire game.
Well, if we're talking anti-infantry, sure.
Yeah, I just chose those disc throws as a little demonstration of the Harpy's destructive potential. Once it arrives, we'll see. As it slowly makes its way.
Man, we thought orcas were slow. Or orca bombers, I should say.
Unit ready.
Yeah, so, but 4 shots to kill a disc thrower. 4 shots for 1 disc thrower. And these things cost as much as an orca.
Ugh.
Yeah, these things are completely useless. They're like... These are like... if Tiberium silos were a unit, this would be it.
You always think silos have a use when you first get into the game. It's like, well, I mean, of course, and then you sit there going, yeah, but you can always just buy another refinery, which will give you 2,000 instead of 1,500, and you get another harvester.
Yeah. Or, hell, you could just buy more units, which let you win the game.
Exactly. It's like getting supply blocked in StarCraft. Well, I mean, you're obviously not pushing enough or something like that. Here, silos needed. You're not buying enough units.
Yeah. And I mean, in this game, you don't even have to scroll back to your base or anything. You just click the sidebar, and then you go back after your base is sold, and there you already have like 50 more tick tanks.
It's kind of nice with Nod. Once you get artillery, you don't even really need to buy actual base defenses outside of SAM sites and I guess occasionally a couple obelisks.
Yeah, these things aren't that great at offensive, but defensive they're very strong. Like you deploy them at you deploy 1 or 2 artillery pieces at an avenue of approach, and it's pretty much just locked down.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Harpy is not the only useless unit we get for this mission. We also have the Devil's Tongue, which we will see eventually.
Yes, we finally get the Devil's Tongue in the sense that we have fond memories of being on the receiving end of them coming into your base from GDI. Well, now it's our turn to take it to GDI the same way. Right?
Yeah.
That's what you'd think.
Also, I decided to deploy some tick tanks just in case something attacked my base, because I actually had occasions where I had my assault force move this way, but somehow like a Titan or something would just sneak past all these artillery guns.
And better to have them get distracted by the tick tanks instead of them going straight to the artillery, since if they go straight to the artillery is going to lose.
Yeah, artillery really has to utilize its range advantage, which is actually kind of problematic when you have artillery, because as I mentioned in the previous episode, your artillery pieces cannot fire in the fog of war, while the AIs totally can, because the AI doesn't care for your silly game mechanics, it just cheats until it wins.
Fog of war? What the hell is that? I was computered, but I was programmed with the entire map already known.
Waiting orders. On my way.
Yeah. So, there's also kind of a dick move coming up here, which is why I deploy more artillery already here. Also, since I mentioned it, we're kind of bad at the whole advanced
thing.
Yeah, like artillery. They're kind of bad at the whole advancing thing, like at base assaults.
Yes.
Not very good, so what I do to compensate for their need to set up, I just have 2 control groups and I just kind of have them leapfrog each other.
Right.
Yeah, so anyway, as soon as you go near this building...
Well, hello there. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's kind of a dick move when you move in there with your artillery thinking the way is clear. And then suddenly just disc throw us.
Yeah, those disc throwers, well, I guess it kind of shows off the Achilles heel that the artillery have. You know, they're great when they're set up, but, well, they're kind of slow moving when they're not set up, and they're also really easy to kill.
Yeah, also I was really annoyed because, like at this section here, because that other group of artillery was like 1 square short of being able to shoot that Titan.
Oh.
Unit ready, sir. Got it.
Funny.
Waiting orders.
I can't remember, was it said in the thread that, artillery were originally supposed to be they will fire at the point where a unit used to be, but instead they actually track the movements?
It wasn't mentioned in the thread, but it was mentioned in one of the episodes that haven't been showed up, but I haven't uploaded yet. It's still in my backlog. We talked about it, but yeah, they pretty much fixed that for Firestorm, and it's why everyone says that artillery got a huge nerf for the expansion pack.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, so in Firestorm it actually fired at the position a unit was at, and it
Unit ready.
yeah, like here it's actually so that even though the graphics for the bullets show the artillery missing or like hitting the spot it originally aimed at, the explosion still occurs at the unit.
Yes, sir.
Also,
Wow,
but
that was a close call.
yeah, but that was got its ass handed to it. Like 3 disc throwers. Like, come on, man! You have a flamethrower.
Even better is the fact that it's like, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna attack it at my maximum range instead of getting right up next to them and just... I don't think it doesn't make that huge of a difference, does it? Like, how close they are?
It kills them instantly.
Okay.
Like, either way. It's just, one of the many issues is, well, for one,
there it is.
finding them when they go underground, like you can see here. The other issue
Where the hell did
is,
they
slopes.
Oh, yes.
The third issue is they're made of tissue paper.
Yep. Yeah, so that one's gone. unless it actually dug.
Unit lost.
Yeah, I didn't really care enough about the Devil's Tongue to give it a digging command.
That's one of the things that I don't like about any of the subterranean units for Nod is the fact that, well, you're subterranean, so you should just dig. Oh, well, I need to get out of harm's way, so I'll just click over here, which is like, you know, at the top of the hill. Oh, I'm not gonna dig. I'm just gonna, you know, drive up the slope and get killed.
Yeah. The jump jet troopers have the same problem.
Yep.
Also, flamethrowers, they're pretty good against buildings, right?
Well, you'd think that, considering what it was doing in the GDI campaign.
Yeah. They actually arrived long after the artillery destroyed the turret. But hey, there's another one.
Well, let's see how good they are. They're, sure taking their time to take out that Vulcan cannon.
Unit lost.
Yeah, the Vulcan
And
cannon
they
took
are-
one of them out.
Oh, was it that? I thought that was the Wolverine that did that.
Yeah, the Wolverine helped probably. But, look, the point is, Devil's Tongues suck.
Unless they're used against you by the computer.
Yeah.
Then they're... No!
They can. Let's face it, they
have
suck
their
when the
uses.
computer has them too. They just. Like, they can catch you off guard, like if you have a massive blob of disc throwers and then
Yep.
one Devil's Tongue digs up and just kills you all in one hit.
Or if you don't have a lot of pavement built into your base.
Yeah, otherwise they pretty much... They're like, if Harpies were a ground unit, this would be it. Anyway, we found our target. Once we destroy this research facility, we win the mission. Yeah,
Oh, the thing that sucks with the fact that they don't actually voice the lines that appear when you find something. Because if you're not really paying attention to the stuff that scrolls at the top of your screen, you wouldn't know that now the
Yeah.
mutants hate you.
Yeah, I missed so many messages on my practice runs and whatnot. Also, kind of weird how they have not advanced power plants.
Yeah, I guess they're just trying to show off that,
Unit
I
lost.
don't know. That is weird.
Silos.
Yeah, I don't really have an explanation for that either. So,
Oh, well,
how about we
there
just
goes your other
finish?
devil.
Facility destroyed.
There goes your other devil's tongue.
Mission accomplished.